The BPO industry is one of the fastest growing industries in Jamaica. Hundreds of young people were introduced to various BPO companies at the Jampro BPO Career Fair hosted at the University of Technology. Business Access TV was there to bring you the highlights. This is the first Jampro BPO Career Fair. Why was it important for this to get off the ground this year?
Because I think a lot of people have a really erroneous idea of what BPO is. They think it's just about call centers and sitting in a room with telephones, when actually it's interacting with technology. It's all about customers, but it's about what does the customer need. So sometimes the customer needs tech support, sometimes they need help with a legal matter, sometimes they have an accounting problem. So it's all different types of problems that BPO deals with.
Okay, what would you say is the relevance of the BPO industry in Jamaica?
Well, hugely relevant. It's the fastest growing industry we have. For the last 10 years, BPO has added each year between 5 and 10,000 jobs. There's no other industry in Jamaica today that can say that. So, and it's here and it's accelerating, and that's what's great about it.
What would you say is the overall goal or the aim for the career fair today?
We want to expose young people to the realities of BPO. We want them to hear from their peers, from their fellow young people about what it's like to work in the industry. We want to demystify the industry for them. We want them also to hear from some of the successful and expanding companies here about the job opportunities. And we want some of them, those who want to get signed up to a real job.
Sector, without any form of contradiction, has provided the greatest mechanism through which we get far more jobs for the investment dollar than any other investment that has come into Jamaica over the last 10 or 15 years. So we want to spend time this morning to help you students to make a distinction, therefore, between business process outsourcing and call centers. So not just a call center where just answering persons, making queries, making complaints. The business process outsourcing organization is responsible for performing one part or a part of a process of another business organization, one in which outsourcing is done to save on cost or to improve productivity. And I have shared with persons that if you look at a normal firm where you have several departments in that firm, and it may be servicing generally the local industry. In the BPO setup, you have a number of persons who are doing similar jobs, but you are now serving international clients. So while you may be in Jamaica in a job, focusing only on the Jamaican clients, in the BPO sector, what you're now doing is in Jamaica. Instead of going to Singapore or going to Philippines or Austria or Finland or Canada to get a job, you can stay in Jamaica and get employment. That's basically what the concept is all about. And we talk about business process outsourcing, but it goes right at the highest level. We talk about knowledge process outsourcing. So whether you're an engineer, accountant, you're a graduate in banking, marketing, you can find a job because simply means you have an organization that have clients all over the world. Legal process outsourcing. Recently we've been talking about the surplus of lawyers that we are producing in Jamaica. But there is an answer to the problem that through this particular organization, if you are a trained lawyer, there are legal services that are required internationally that we can provide for the world right here in Jamaica.
How important would you say an event like this today, the BPO Career Fair, is for the youth of Jamaica?
The government is promoting the industry. We think it offers, as I said, opportunity for maximum employment. And there's still some misunderstanding because BPO started off like the garment sector in the 80s and this time as a kind of low entry jobs. So most of the people are just basic literacy and numeracy entering to do telemarketing and call center operation, debt collection, in which what they need is just be taught to say the right things. And our dialect is quite easily modulated, and they do it very well. And that was the area that many Jamaicans view business process outsourcing as. But as indicated, in the modern world, most aspects of business processing can be outsourced, from human resources management, personnel management, accounting, insurance claims, all legal processing and so forth. And that's where we're heading now. So this fair is to give the young students an indication of what opportunities are there, what skills they can acquire, and what jobs they can get in the sector. And once they get in and acquire the skills, of course, some of them can go off to their own thing. In fact, I have a small group in Montego Bay of youngsters from the inner city who are doing a small company that does outsourcing of their own. So it's really to ensure that the upcoming generation understands the outsourcing activity, what it really means, and how they can participate in it in a meaningful way, and prevent us from really creating a kind of a bump, but rather a trajectory, because Jamaica tends to do that. We do something, well, it get excited, we employ 20,000 people, and then bam, it falls apart. We need to ensure that we are part of the global economy, and outsourcing will be one of the things we provide, because we can, Jamaica in terms of services and skills are very competitive and can do so where we are located successfully. This morning we're here to look at business process outsourcing, because the internet itself has made it possible that employment, research and innovation can be done anywhere in the world, and the business, more than half of any business process outsourcing process can be done anywhere in the world. So that the big companies, whether General Motors or Boeing, can in fact say to you, I want my accounts done in Timbuktu, in Niger, and it can be done and delivered to their office in real time. This is what has offered the opportunity that Jamaica can now interact with the entire global economy effectively and efficiently, and generate opportunities for our young adults to practice their profession and earn real income. Entry-level jobs, yes, are relatively low income, but there's large numbers of Jamaicans who don't have the capacity yet to work at another level. But the availability and opportunities at the next level is there, and the jobs actually pay better than what now exists. In fact, recently I had a discussion with one of the companies, and I know the fact that they pay better than the banking industry. They pay better than the hotel industry, which is what we promote and many of us see as the way out of poverty and getting a job. Tourism does offer significant opportunities in Jamaica. Tourism has employed thousands of people, but the reality of life is that the difference between those at the top, who earn huge sums, and those at the bottom, unless they get tips, is extremely wide. And there are very few young people can enter, even from this level, enter the tourism market as a training manager. And the salary offered, I know many UTech graduates have actually walked away unless they can do nothing else. The business process outsourcing industry offers jobs in a tiered way, and many of them are much better paying for graduates. We have developed advantages in the area of business, and I know we are expanding to look at other areas of activity as the country has become known as a good destination with bright and creative people. This career fair this morning is a good place to expand your knowledge on what business source outprocessing means. The government itself, of course, is committed to providing not only the opportunity, but the training that is required. But bear in mind, as I said, it is practice your profession. And the aspect of outsourcing is maybe a shorter part of the course. They seek individuals who are trained as engineers, in the legal profession, in the medical profession, as well as accounting, law, and other aspects of business.
Dodge & Global offers a CPA scholarship program to team members who join our team. A career in accountancy at Dodge & Global is a great choice and can offer you excellent job prospects. We believe that an accounting education is the greatest gift you can give yourself or anyone else. Few gifts make as significant an impact as the gift of an accountancy education with a job. It's a contribution that lasts a lifetime in the form of learning, opportunity, and success. Join our team and get the opportunity to be part of our CPA Scholarship Program. This Scholarships Awards Program will be administered by the HR Department of Dodge & Global. Requirement: first degree in accounting. Employed at Dodge & Global. Willing to pursue the CPA examination. Here's how to apply. Submit application to Staff Accountant, Dodge & Global. Email sa@dodgen.com.
It's the only show that traces the steps of professionals.
From first and second form, I was involved in some club, some activity.
Then gives information on exactly how to get into that same career.
You do need a good grasp of English.
And know you can branch out into whatever area you want to.
Tune in every Tuesday at 8 p.m. for Career Moves and catch up on all our episodes at batvja.com.
Unemployment is not great in Jamaica, we all know that. So we're happy that BPO is bringing jobs to Jamaica, bringing opportunities to Jamaica, and it gives you an option. If you want to be a doctor, a teacher, a lawyer, you want to be an actuary, whatever you want to do, you want to start your own business, use this as an option while you get that started to help you through that. I want to tell you guys 2 stories today about people who I've seen in this industry and how this industry has helped them. So the first person I want to talk about is somebody called Nick. Nick started out with us at VXI as an agent, and he's a big guy. He was an athlete and he got injured, so he couldn't play sport anymore, so he came and wanted to work with us. He didn't know anything about BPO, he had no training. So he came and he was working with us, and after about 6 months he came to me and he said, "Mike, I really want to thank you." I said, "For what, Nick?" He said, "Well, you guys have given me an opportunity. I just bought my first car. I've been working here 6 months as an agent, and I bought my first car. I have it on the road now as a taxi. So while I'm here working, making good money, I have a taxi on the road and I can make money for myself otherwise." And I said, "Nick, well, that's great." About 3 months later, he came to me again. He said, "Mike, I just put my second car on the road." So I said, "Wow, well, that's really amazing." He's been with us for about 9 months, and now he has a secondary business. And he was talking to me about his plans after the industry and how he wants to stay here with us for 2 years, and then he wants to start his own business. And he's now looking at not just taxis, but he wants to buy a higher-end car so that he can, because he sees how our clients come in. They come in either in nicer cars, not taxis. They come in from the airport. We have clients here all the time. So he says he wants for us to give him business. He wants to have a nicer car so that when we have clients come in, he wants to be the person to go and pick them up. So that's one quick story as to how this industry has opened up a door for somebody to start their own company outside of the industry. He was working with us. He continued to work with us and was able to start his secondary business. I know a lot of you in the audience definitely didn't have BPO as something on your mind when you were growing up. You may not have had it in your mind until maybe just today. But as I said, it's an opportunity, it's a chance for you guys to make some money, get a job, get good experience. You heard how you're speaking to overseas people. It's a great, great, great opportunity. I encourage everybody here, no matter what you want to do, if you leave school and you don't have something right away, take a look at any single outsourcer. It's a great opportunity for you guys to get experience. The second story is about a person who was a coach, and we identified this person as a high potential individual. So what a coach is somebody who They're right above the agent level. They give advice, they listen to calls, they help you along, help you to get better as an agent. And so this person started out as a coach. We've been open at VXI for a year and a half. She started with us a year and a half ago. Very quickly, she moved from a coach to a team leader, so she was now responsible for 14 people, helping to develop 14 people. Many people off of her team were able to be developed as well and grow into other roles. They were able to grow from agents to coaches. She then moved to an operations manager from a team leader, and she's now an associate director in the company. That all happened within a year and a half. There's not many industries, whether in Jamaica or the rest of the world, where you can have that kind of growth that quickly. You hear a lot about the jobs that come into Jamaica from the BPO industry, and everybody kind of thinks of them as agent-level jobs. But we have about 650 agent-level jobs at VXI, but we have 900 employees. That means that we have over 250 support jobs. So not only do you have an opportunity to be an agent and earn some money there, but you also have an opportunity to grow into a leadership role, which is really what my hope is for every single person.
So, ladies and gentlemen, let me just make it clear for you. The business process outsourcing unit, all it simply means is that a firm has a business and they have decided that some aspect of their business, they would like to outsource it to another business to do it for them. There's a possibility that the other business can do it a little better than they can because that's their area of expertise. That's where you will come in. Primarily, what they will ask is for the persons to deal with their customer service side of their business, while they will deal with the technical side of the business. And I can give you a very easy example. I hear you, all of you taking out your phones earlier on. Your phone company can decide to outsource their customer service area of their business. So whenever you call with a problem, or if you didn't get your credit, or whatever the issue is that you might have, you will call and you might get a business process outsourcing sector, and they will now take care of your call, they will answer your questions, they will assist you with whatever information that you need to get at the time. Now, so that's business outsourcing. So as we go along, we're going to talk about what it is that you really need. Now, there's three things that you need to ensure that you know. It is leveraging of the technology or specialist process vendor to provide and manage an organization, critical or non-critical enterprise process and application. There are several areas in the BPO industry that you can be a part of. It could be tech support, it could be telemarketing sales, it could be IT help desk, it could be insurance processing, data entry, data conversation, it could be bookkeeping, form processing, and customer support. So some of the areas that are involved in the BPO industry. Now, in the customer service area, you could work in the customer service area and be asked to do voice over email. There are times, many of you, I'm sure, have gone online and you have seen where they'll tell you that help is available online and you can type and talk to somebody online. That could be a part of the BPO industry because that side of the business could have been outsourced. So if you have the ability to type fast, to type, good use of the English language, then you could work in the BPO industry.
What is the Hard Trust NTA's contribution to the BPO industry?
Well, we have a partnership with the Business Processing Outsourcing Association of Jamaica. Our primary role is that we are actually providing training and certification for persons who want to enter into the BPO industry. So right now we have three main types of training programs that we are doing. We have a customized program that is offered over 3 weeks. We also have a job qualification program that we offer for 6 weeks, and we also have our NVQJ, that's a national qualification program, vocational training program that we offer over 9 to 12 months for the BPO industry.
What plans does the Hard Trust NTA have to contribute further to the BPO industry in Jamaica?
Well, we actually have additional plans, not only in training, but also to break ground. We're actually putting together plans to break ground right now to create a BPO finishing school, where we'll be able to better able to provide persons with the soft skills that are necessary to work in the BPO industry.
Cameo takes you behind the scenes of Jamaica's exploding creative industries to give you an insider's look at how creatives get the job done.
I'm really picky about how we treat our customers.
As creative people, we went a little bit over the top.
Each week, we interview innovators leading the charge in their industry. The chaos of creativity meets the stricture of structure on Business Access TV's Cameo.
What exactly is the Avasan Foundation?
We are a non-for-profit organization, part of Avasan, which is a global management strategy firm, and we are headquartered in Southern California, and the mission and focus of Avasan Foundation is in the space of youth empowerment, and we do that through education, providing vocational skill training like the ones we do in Jamaica, employment, getting them hired mostly in the BPO sector because it's a fast-growing industry, and entrepreneurship. Any of them who have the field to start their own business, we give them basic training so that they can put their ideas into action and create jobs.
What has the relationship between the Avasan Foundation been with the BPO industry in Jamaica?
Fantastic. Our partnership with them, so I always say we have two key stakeholders. One is the youth that need to do the training to get the job, and the job creators, which is the BPO sector. I feel very blessed and honored that Jamaica, first of all, has welcomed us with open arms, and the BPO sector has really embraced us. They've given us the opportunity to hire our youth. They give us their trainers. They help our students to come and experience what the industry is about through site visits, and they hire our students when the training is done. So it's a fantastic partnership, and I'm absolutely thrilled that we have this here in Jamaica, and it's only growing.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kefas Francis. I'm 23 years of age. I graduated from the Avasan Training Initiative in 2016. Through that training initiative, I was able to secure an interview with ITEL BPO Smart Solutions, and I got a job. So I have been working with them for the past year and a couple months, and it's really been a wonderful experience.
Hi guys, my name is Samoya Simpson. I am 19 years of age, and after graduating from the Avasan Foundation, I am now employed at IBEX Global, where I am now at for 2 months and 6 days, and I'm loving it there.
And when did you graduate? Just 2 months ago?
Yes.
Hi guys, my name is Ricardo McCarthy, and I'm a graduate of the 3rd cohort of 2016. I was employed by Conduent last year, and I've been working for over a year with them. A great experience. I'm 22 years old, and I really love BPO. Thank you.
My name is Shanika. I was actually a graduate, same cohort as Ricardo, and I started at HGS, which is customer service, and then I moved to VXI, which is sales. The reason why I chose to move to VXI was because, you know, sales, it actually pushes you to be more competitive, and to be honest, sometimes it's better you change your experience so that you can be well-rounded, basically. So that's my experience.
Hello everybody, my name is Traverse Evans. I'm a graduate of Avasan from the 2015 the pilot program, so I was the first graduate. I've been employed at HGS for 2 years now, and I've been loving it. HGS is my second family.
Thank you all so much. I think what will be interesting is for you all to talk a little bit about your experience at each of these BPO companies, because for these students here or the potential future employees, they need to know that there are so many BPO companies and what is it that makes it so unique about each one of them. We know they're all great companies, they're great job creators, they compete with each other, they pay good salaries, your life is very good. I think the gentleman this morning from BXI said that one of their employee has bought 2 cars and has started another business. So sky's the limit. But what I want to hear is, how has this experience been for you, and what was your background before you came here? Why don't we start with you, Travis?
Okay, so before the Avasan Foundation, I was unemployed. I heard about the initiative through a youth group that I was in within my community. From the training, I graduated to HGS, and from that point, I've been there. Working in a call center can be hard at times. It can be difficult, but it's good to have a sound mind and enjoy yourself while you're doing it. Where I'm at, it's like a second family. I don't feel like getting up and going to work in the mornings. It's like getting up and going to a second home, because everybody there is just my friends. I can just go and speak to anyone that I feel to about any issue that I have.
So Shanika, tell me, what is the difference? Tell the audience, what is the difference between customer service and sales? And why do you think you wanted to have the other experience as well?
All right, so the difference between customer service and sales is with customer service, you actually get to, help persons. You have to, become their friend. Hey, what's going on for you? What's happening today? You have to, your soft skills, and you have to build rapport with them. With sales, on the other hand, it's a little bit more, exciting. They call in, hey, I'm looking to get some services. How can you help me? Okay, great. I'll be more than happy to help you with that. What are you looking for? So you're basically trying to be their friend so that you can, get their, you can gain their trust, and so that they can give you some, personal information that you would need to get your sales. So to me, I love customer service, but as per sale, it actually pushes you to be, competitive, because, that person has 3 sales. Hey, listen, I want to be top of the group, so I want to get 5 sales. So it pushes you to be competitive, and, of course, when you get your sales, you get your bonus, you get, your, as he said, you get some gifts. They give away microwaves. You just feel so good. Actually, where I'm at right now, tonight, they're going to have a Halloween party. So, once I leave here, I'm going to go on and get my costume on, and I'm going to enjoy myself, because that's what we do at call centers. We enjoy ourselves. So you come, it's a very good place to be. You make a lot of money, and you enjoy yourself while doing it. And it actually helps you to speak very nice, like myself. So, yeah.
That's something to take into account. When these youngsters came to our program, not all of them were speaking English fluently. They were speaking a lot of patois. And we don't allow that. The BPO industry does not allow that. And hear them speak. They speak so well, so professionally, and they speak perfect English.
Those were the highlights from the first Jampro BPO Career Fair. Thanks for tuning in. You're watching Business Access TV, serious about business.
Sundays at 4:30 p.m. It's all about Home Sweet Home. Get your half-hour dose of the business of real estate, from laws and concepts to reality, building, buying, or renting. Or what about trends in decor or renovations? Home Sweet Home will keep you up to date.
It was Nelson Mandela who said, "I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel fear, but he who conquers fear." Welcome to Jamaica Magazine. I'm Adrian Atkinson. Jamaica Day is right around the corner, and we have all the details on how it will be celebrated this year. You don't want to miss a minute, so stay tuned.
Let's get a little breeze on this land. All right. Now let's get some bounce in the rhythm. All right. Let's get some fire on our hearts. Now that is what we call all right. Run, come, get some Jamaica.
On February 21, students will celebrate Jamaica Day under the theme Celebrating Jamaica, highlighting our icons in the arts, agriculture, and technological innovations. Chairman of the Jamaica Day Planning Committee, Marlon Williams, joins us next on Get the Facts.
Welcome to Get the Facts, the program that provides you with information on government's policies and initiatives. I'm your host, Enthros Campbell. On February 21, students across the island will stand in unison to observe the annual Jamaica Day celebration. Now, this year's theme is Celebrating Jamaica, highlighting our icons in the arts, agriculture, and technological innovations. Here to tell us more about Jamaica Day 2020 is Marlon Williams, Senior Education Officer, Curriculum Unit in the Ministry of Education. He's also a chairman of the Jamaica Day Planning Committee. Mr. Williams, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much for having me.
So good to have you. Let us start with the genesis of Jamaica Day. What was the reason behind this introduction?
Right. The Ministry of Education, Youth and Information has a program which is dubbed the Culture and Education Program. And the purpose of that program is to design and implement activities that will, help the students, will enhance culture. Yes. In our school, in our curriculum, and just in the everyday life of our students. Now, out of that program, we decided that there ought to be some kind of event that would really, be significant in highlighting the culture and heritage, which is so rich. And so in 2002, we decided that we will have what is called Jamaica Day. Yes. And so that is where it actually started. Mm-hmm. That year, Glenmuir High School was selected as the featured school. Mm-hmm. And I must indicate at this point, too, that every year we have a school that is, we select as the featured school.
And you will tell us about that. Now, tell us about the theme for this year, highlighting our icons in agriculture, arts, and technological innovations.
Right. Now, the theme for every Jamaica Day starts with the stem, Celebrating Jamaica. Yes. Right. This year we have decided to look at our human resources. In other words, in the past we have always looked at artifacts, but there are persons who have made significant contribution to the development and the retention of our culture, our heritage. And we decided this year that we want to honor those persons. Now, they can be persons who have been recognized, nationally, regionally, but we also have some unsung icons in our communities. Mm-hmm. And so what we ask the schools to do is to select an icon or icons from any of the areas stated in the theme and just showcase the life and work of that person or those persons.
Okay, so on Jamaica Day, that's what we will be seeing.
Right, so yes. When you go to schools right across Jamaica, you'll be seeing a rich display of the life and works of any of the icons that the individual schools would have selected. Mm-hmm. And of course, these icons could be persons who are alive and persons who have gone before us.
Okay. Right. Any idea of some of these icons? In agriculture, we have T.P. Lecky.
Right. Yes. As it relates to culture, I mean, you look at a Bob Marley, I mean, we know his contribution. We look at a Miss Lou, we know her contribution. Mm-hmm. There are several others. We look at Dr. Carl Wellington and his contribution to agriculture as well, like in the form of genetic engineering. We have a Dr. Lowe, we know of his work. And even in recent times, we have had students who have developed, you know, in the areas of robotics and so on. That's technological innovations. And these are persons who we ought to celebrate.
The students were given some guide as to what exactly they were to produce?
Right, so normally we send out a bulletin from the Ministry of Education to the school. We send the theme. The theme is stated there. And what we really do is to leave it to the creativity of the students, because I must hasten to say that we do have staff and students in our institutions who are very creative. So we just give them a theme. The only guideline that we give them this time around is to ensure that the focus is maintained, which is the arts, agriculture, and of course technological innovations.
How different is Jamaica Day from, say, Independence Day, National Heroes Day? I know one thing is that it's not a national holiday, right? But what's the difference?
When you look at, take for example, and you use Independence Day as an example, when you look at a day like Independence Day, it is very important because it focuses on where we are as a result of where we're coming from. When you look at a Jamaica Day, which is of equal importance, we're looking at what we have as a result of where we're coming from. What are the things that make us unique as Jamaicans? What are the things that we ought to celebrate that sets us apart from the rest of the world? And that for me is the major difference between that day and all the other days that you can think of.
All right, so on a given day, Jamaica Day in schools, tell me what happens.
All right, so we always start with a civic ceremony. And the civic ceremony should last no longer than an hour. This year, our civic ceremony will take on a little different spin. The civic ceremony will normally have like the raising of the flag, a display of the uniformed groups in the schools. We would have persons like the custos, the mayor, and so on participating in the day's event. But this year, we're starting the civic ceremony with what I'm calling an extended devotion. You see, there's no division for us between religion and culture. When you look at, take for example, our heroes, when you look at their backgrounds, some of them were involved in the church, and they are our heroes today. So there's no division. So as a result of that, we're starting with an extended devotion. And this, what I'm talking about now, is the civic ceremony, the national ceremony, which will take place at the featured school.
Yes.
And that devotion will be in the form of a production. And that leads straight into the flag raising.
A production?
It will be in the form of a production. Right, so it's not just to sing songs and so on. But what we're basically doing is we're reaching out to the youths. There is a group which is called Sunrise with Jesus. They are partnering with the featured school this year, and they are going to basically highlight the importance of our children in nation building, in building positive values and attitudes, and so on. As a matter of fact, as a feature of Jamaica Day this year, there will actually be a tent where students can go to get counseling if counseling is needed.
Excellent.
All of that. So that makes it a little different.
Yes.
So it starts off with that extended devotion that leads into the flag raising ceremony. And of course, the civic ceremony will be hosted by our own Miss Faye Ellington.
Okay,
right.
okay.
And after that, it leads into displays. So after the civic ceremony has ended, we will have cultural displays. So we will have the school, the featured school, setting up booths and so on. But we also have our private partners who will be displaying as well.
Let's come back to that. We'll go to the break. We'll go to the break now when we come back with more discussion on Jamaica Day Celebration 2020.
Reggae Month 2020 is here and a host of activities are in store across the island. Echoes of sound systems, Reggae Wednesdays, Reggae Gospel Concert, Bob Marley's 75th birthday celebrations, Jaria Honours Award, Reggae Film in the Park, Children of the Icon Store concert and more. Keep up to date on all the activities. Download the new Reggae Month mobile app. Simply search the words Reggae Month Jamaica in the Google Play or App Store. The app will also allow you to add and promote your own Reggae Month activity. So what are you waiting for? Download away and make use of this innovative technology today. Reggae Month 2020. Come catch the rhythm.
Welcome back to Get the Facts. We're here with Marlon Williams, Senior Education Officer, Curriculum Unit in the Ministry of Education. He's also chairman of the Jamaica Day Planning Committee, and we're discussing Jamaica Day 2020. All right, so Jamaica Day is being held this year on the 21st, but is usually held on the last Friday. Tell us why the change?
Right. So, you know, yes, it was proclaimed by the Governor General. Yes, it was proclaimed by the Governor General that it should be the last Friday in February. But also in his proclamation, it did state that unless there are unforeseen circumstances, our students play a critical role in the celebration. You know, they are and I'm going to call them now, the keepers of our culture. Persons tend to think that the keepers of the culture would be the older folks. But no, our students who are growing up now need to be immersed in it so that it can be retained. Now, on the 28th, which would be the last Friday, schools will be on midterm. And because we want the students' full participation, then we have decided to have it 1 week earlier to facilitate our students.
Good. Now, Jamaica Day was first introduced in the schools, right? And now it's been, corporate Jamaica is now being asked to also observe the day. How has that been going?
That over the years has been, I would say, it is improving. This year we have Fontana Pharmacy, who is representing, and I would say representing the private sector, you know, this year as one of our, and I'm not going to say sponsors, I'm going to say as one of our partners this year. And all of this is in a push to ensure that all of Jamaica celebrates with us. Jamaica Day is not just about our students. It is about everybody. And so it is a day when we want all Jamaicans to put aside everything and focus on what makes us uniquely Jamaican. So I would say that the push to get corporate Jamaica, the push to get the wider populace involved is going pretty well.
What do you want us to do as corporate Jamaica?
Well, on that day, I would love for everybody to be, you know, decked out in the Jamaican colors, to include the bandana as well. And that for us as a ministry, you know, would be significant in showing the world that you are indeed celebrating what we have. And when I say for us too, the Jamaica Day, it is a collaborative event between the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information and the Ministry of Culture as well, and our newest partner, Fontana Pharmacy.
Yes. Now, Ministry of Education and Culture, there's a collaboration now for a new element to the celebration. Tell us about that competition that you're having.
Right. So what we have, well, I'm going to talk about two different competitions. Let me talk about the one which is, you know, so there are two competitions. Let me first talk about the one that Fontana Pharmacy is involved in.
Yes.
So we have what is called a creative arts competition or a performing arts competition this year. Now, let me just give you a little background to where it started. It was always my view that private sector needs to be involved, as we discussed earlier. And so last year, I reached out to Mr. Kevin O'Brien Chang, who is the chairman of Fontana Pharmacy, and I indicated to him that we want private sector partnership. And I didn't use the word partnership loosely, because I indicated to him that I'm not asking you for money. I just want to ensure that we get everybody involved. And without hesitation, he said, just tell us what I can do. In my discussions with him, he has a vision of building greater awareness, not just about Jamaica Day, but our culture in general. And he said that he would love for us to have some kind of competition. And so we started talking, and hence the Creative Arts competition came up. So the students are asked to select their icon or icons, and they are to create a 2 to 3 minute video celebrating the life and work of the icon or icons. And in that video, all areas of the arts must be present.
Okay.
And so we must see drama, we must see dance, we must hear music, and of course there is the visual art aspect of it as well. And of course it must, you know, include Fontana's tagline, which is, it's all good inside. And of course it must include the ministry's mantra, which is every child can learn, every child must learn. And so right now, the videos have been uploaded to the website.
About how many?
Well, I think we have, well, I can't give you the numbers now,
Right, but it was good.
But I think it's a overwhelming support that we got from the schools. And so everyone, all of Jamaica, not just the schools, can go to, on their YouTube channel, they can go to Fontana-Ministry of Education competition, and they can like the videos.
And the winners will know.
And the winners will be contacted, and there are, I would say, significant prizes.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, we have the competition in 2 phases or stages. So we have catering for the primary schools, to include the prep schools as well, and we have for the secondary schools. We have laptops, projectors, monetary prizes.
It's closed already, right? So
well, it is closed already. But the good thing
Yes.
about it is that everyone who is listening, everyone who is
Yes.
watching,
Yes.
can now access the YouTube
Oh,
channel
and
and
right,
do the voting, because the voting will actually close on Monday.
Oh, okay, good. Tell us about the second competition.
The second competition, and this is in an effort to get all of Jamaica involved. We have what is called a Best Decorated Building competition.
Okay.
We actually started this competition last year.
Yes, I remember.
So we expect all government ministries to decorate their main building or buildings in the Jamaican color.
On Jamaica Day.
Not just on Jamaica Day, but the week leading up to Jamaica Day. The week of Jamaica Day is when a team, which comprises representatives from the Ministry of Education and representatives from the Ministry of Culture and other stakeholders as well, who sits on the committee, to go out, take pictures, do the judging, and to determine which of the buildings is best decorated with the Jamaican colors.
All right, let's move on to the school that's hosting the national event this year, the official launch.
Right. So the official celebration will be at Denby High School. Every year we try to move, well, not try. Every year we move to a different region, so we choose a school in a different region. This year it will be at Denby High School.
Clarendon. What time will it start?
The day's event will start promptly at 9 a.m. With, like I indicated earlier, the extended devotion leading into the civic ceremony. Then there will be displays to be viewed, and it ends with a grand concert where we will be seeing a lot of cultural items on display.
And anyone can come?
And yes, it is open to the public for them to come in and view.
Okay. Last word, any last word for us?
Just to say to Jamaica that this is a day that we ought to celebrate. And so while you're going to work, you're going to the bank to transact business, even if you're going to the farm, it would be nice to wear your Jamaican colors to show us that you are indeed celebrating a day that makes us who we really and truly are.
Amen. This has been Get the Facts. Our guest was Marlon Williams, Senior Education Officer, Curriculum Unit in the Ministry of Education. He's also chairman of the Jamaica Day Planning Committee. Jamaica Day is part of the Culture in Education program under the Ministry of Education. It seeks to celebrate our country, our people's contribution to the world. Put on your black, green, and gold and join the celebration this year in a school nearby you. Until next time, when Get the Facts brings you more information on government's initiatives, I'm Anthros Campbell. Thanks for watching and take good care.
Are you aware of how Jamaican adolescents use social media? What do they do online? What do they post? Do you know if they are being harassed? These are questions you should be asking yourself because it is your duty to keep your children safe online. Parents, here's what you need to do. Be active online and offline. Help your child to set up his or her online profile. Make sure you familiarize yourself with the different social media applications that they use and set some rules. Protect our nation's children and save them from cybercriminal attacks.
This system is going to be a game changer for all, as it is expected to make business easier. What system, you ask? It's the Jamaica Electronic Single Window for Trade.
Picture this. You're a busy entrepreneur working hard to grow your business. At the wharf to be cleared are the materials needed to make your products. You are required to visit several government offices and fill out multiple forms with similar information to complete this activity, spending time on the trading process that could otherwise be invested in your business. For you, this may just be a mental exercise, but for many entrepreneurs in Jamaica, it is the reality of trade. A reality that will change with the introduction of the Jamaica Electronic Single Window for Trade. An electronic single window ESW is an IT platform that facilitates the efficient clearance of cargo.
An electronic single window is expected to bring simplification, harmonization, and facilitation on international trade transactions under a robust electronic environment. This will bring facilities for customs brokers, government officials to interact with a computerized systems that will have a set of business rules that will allow the traders to fulfill all regulatory requirements, submit all the required data, and be able to complete their transactions in a single and seamless system.
With that electronic single window for trade, clearly it's an electronic form, and that will be filled out one time at your convenience, online, and then behind the scene, the BRAs, the Border Related Agency, will collaborate to ensure that your application is accepted.
The agencies connected to the system will be able to grant the necessary permits, licenses, and approval for the release of merchandise. When approval is given, the trader receives a notification and can then proceed to collect or send off goods. The introduction of an ESW will reduce the cost and time it takes to import and export goods, creating a more enabling environment for local entrepreneurs and foreign investors.
Where we can develop and implement a system where all the transactions can take place through a particular port or point or window in this instance, it makes doing business easier. By extension, therefore, it is expected that the interest in conducting business will be improved, will be increased, and investors will see Jamaica as an even more attractive investor destination. On the other side, it also will aid in the collection of revenue, where we can have a greater throughput of trade and of activity, which by extension generates even much more in terms of the economy.
Implementation of the ESW began in August 2018, and the timeline for completion is 36 months. Over 20 border and regulatory government agencies will connect to the platform. The entity responsible for collecting revenue from trade, the Jamaica Customs Agency, is the lead implementing agency.
The electronic single window system will be fully integrated, of course, with the Ascuda World system. They're both built on the Ascuda World platform. That information will be passed seamlessly from the electronic single window into the customs management system. And that, of course, reduces time and complexity, having a single point of contact and simplification of information. So that transparent environment, having that electronic track and trace, and of course, ensuring that persons are carrying out their functions within the agreed time frame.
The ESW is projected to reduce the number of entities a trader comes in contact with from as much as 5 to 1. In the future, this is how a trader could be making arrangements for the clearance of goods. The Jamaica Electronic Single Window, facilitating efficiency in trade, contributing to a robust business environment, a part of the framework for making it easier to do business with Jamaica.
If you've ever wondered what your property taxes are used for, wonder no more. Your property taxes provide revenue for the provision of public and community amenities throughout Jamaica, which are delivered by local government officials. When you pay your property taxes, you aid with the maintenance and expansion of our street lighting to ensure you are not walking in the dark at nights, the collection and disposal of solid waste to prevent the pileup of garbage in communities, the improvement of our community infrastructure, and repairs to fire stations and service vehicles, along with rehabilitation of our roads. Pay your property taxes online, in line or via mobile tax units, and avoid being sought by the government. For more information, visit the Tax Administration website at www.jamaicatax.gov.jm or call 876-902-9463.
The Predial Larceny Prevention Coordination Unit will be continuing its series of sensitization workshops in St. Catherine on February 27. The workshop, which is for members of the Police Division, will take place at the Holy Trinity Anglican Church Hall on Rodney Road in Linstead. It will cover areas such as predial larceny legislation, traceability and food safety measures, the agricultural business information system, and charges and case management. The sessions are being held in collaboration with the Jamaica Constabulary Force. They are part of the Predial Larceny Prevention Coordination Unit's public education campaign aimed at heightening awareness about the devastating effects of farm theft. The Predial Larceny Prevention Coordination Unit is doing its part to make Jamaica the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business.
A common practice while socializing, celebrating, or just relaxing is the consumption of alcohol. To some, this is second nature. All too common also are the negative effects that drinking has on the human body. While occasional drinking is not necessarily a problem, it's the excessive intake that can have severe consequences. The effects of too much alcohol consumption include blurred vision, breathing problems, impaired judgment, concentration problems, slurred speech, and of course, addiction resulting from long-term use. Now, these effects may vary based on a variety of factors such as how much you drink, how often you drink, your age, health status, and family history. Alcohol use does not have to be reckless. Here are some tips to practice responsible drinking.
Plan ahead. If you plan on drinking at an event, get a designated driver.
Yeah. Set your own limit. No how much is too much.
Know your family history. If you come from a family with a history of alcohol dependence, you might want to limit your drinking.
Remember, responsible drinking is a very simple thing.
Thanks for watching another edition of Jamaica Magazine. Do join us again tomorrow when we'll do this all over again. Until then, you can send your feedback on today's show to Jamaica Magazine at jis.gov.jm. Also, follow us on our social media pages and download our app on your Apple and Android devices. You can also visit our website, jis.gov.jm, for more information. On behalf of the entire production crew, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Thanks for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.
Hey guys, I'm Candy and welcome to Chill Spot, Jamaica's ultimate leisure show. This season promises to reveal some of the hidden treasures of the lifestyle industry by taking you to the chill spots of some of Jamaica's most brilliant business minds, giving you a glimpse into how they choose to unwind and just pull a vibe. You won't want to miss what happens next. Stay tuned.
Life, your weekly dose of information on nutrition, wellness, and fitness. Discover ways to nurture your mind, body, and spirit.
You're watching Business Access TV.
Business Access TV.
Business Access.
Business Access TV.
Serious. Serious about business.
The Jamaica Stock Exchange Best Practices Awards was established in 2004 to emphasize best practices within businesses. We're here at the Jamaica Pegasus celebrating with some of these organizations. I am Tamar McHale with Business Access TV. Stay tuned for more. Cocktail hour, and that of course means mingling. Let's catch up with some of the guests at the Jamaica Stock Exchange Best Practices Awards ceremony. And it's always a pleasure catching up with Mrs. Marlene Street Forrest, Managing Director of the Jamaica Stock Exchange. Pleasure to have you with us on Business Access TV.
Always a pleasure too.
All right, so why is it important to have a Best Practices Award?
It is important because companies can be benchmarked against good practices or excellent practices. And after they do that, they also can benefit from being recognized by their peers and by the Jamaica Stock Exchange in respect to a job well done.
I'm now joined by Mr. Neva Ying, Committee Chair of the Jamaica Stock Exchange Best Practices Awards. It's a pleasure to have you joining with us.
A pleasure again with Business Access TV.
What are some of the things that you are looking for in these businesses to select those which have the best practices?
Well, as the committee name suggests, we're looking for international best practices in different categories. So look at things like their annual reports, we'll look at their websites, we'll look at how well they relate with their customers, and we look at, in some cases, how much business they bring to the stock exchange in terms of number of companies listed. Companies take it very seriously. The rivalry is very keen, and they value it a lot because if you look after the awards in terms of advertisements and how they use it to brand their companies, you'll see that they place a great deal of importance on how they place in these competitions.
Any changes tonight, any changes moving forward for the JSC Best Practices Award?
Well, every year we have something new that we add. So, for instance, next year we'll be taking a closer look at the website because, you know, as technology changes, the websites are performing a different role from before. I mean, a lot of people are now into using the internet to get information. So whereas in the past you'd be reading documents, hard copies, now you're going to the internet for information. So companies have to respond to that. So we'll be taking a close look at that. We'll be looking at things like the attention they pay to risk management, which is very important in this era because it's very tricky running a business now. And so the people who survive are those who are willing to take risk, and then they eventually make profits.
Well, I understand that the competition is stiff this evening, among the companies. What do you think has caused this stiff competition?
Well, everybody wants to be recognized by the best performing stock exchange in the world. I mean, the fact is that competition is always good, and nobody wants to be second. So, hence, everybody strives to be number one with regards to what the stock exchange has put out as the criteria for being best performing in whatever category they are looking at.
Okay, and moving forward, what changes is the stock exchange making to be even bigger and better?
Well, we recently transitioned to the NASDAQ transactional platform, which is world renowned, and that should augur well for the improvement in our efficiencies at this exchange. That's one thing. And we're also looking at other initiatives out of Canada which will allow us to have knowledge transfer, technology transfer from the Canadian Stock Exchange, which will make the stock exchange actually, if there's something better than number one, we probably gonna get it.
Amazing. Well, congratulations. Keep up the good work.
Okay, thank you very much.
So the beautiful Dr. Nsombe Jaja is a member of the Jamaica Stock Exchange Best Practices Award Committee. It is a pleasure to have you joining us with Business Access TV. Tell us, how do you think this award has really raised the bar in terms of what is expected from companies?
You know, I've been a member of the committee for over 10 years now, and I am amazed to see the difference year by year and the improvements that have taken place in the companies. Their level of reporting in their annual reports, much more engaging, much crisper, easier to read, better quality information, and you can actually see it in other areas that are assessed, like the website, governance committee, best performing companies, and the criteria that we look at for those organizations. A couple of areas that I'm really very glad to see the improvement in is risk management, environmental management, human resources management, and corporate social responsibilities. I'm really very pleased to see how much attention the organizations are paying in those areas, and it's just raising the bar and upping the games of the organizations that participate. So congratulations, those of you who are winners this year, and those of you who have not yet won, keep on raising the standard so that you'll be a winner.
So tonight, Best Practices Award of the Jamaica Stock Exchange. What do you think of this award ceremony? How important do you think it is?
It's very important. You know, it's the 15th year, so it's a big night, and we're very happy for the Jamaica Stock Exchange. And for us, we always see it as something that gives us an opportunity to pause, not only as listed companies, which JMB is, but as member dealers, brokers, which we are also, to just celebrate and acknowledge each other. You know, the Stock Exchange has been doing amazing. They have ended another year being the top performing stock exchange in the world, and that's nothing to scoff at. So we're very happy to be here to celebrate this night.
Okay, so what has JMB been doing to improve on their best practices to be among the top world-class, you know, Jamaica Stock Exchange, as you just mentioned?
Well, lots of stuff. You know, my head of compliance always has us on our toes, you know. So we're always looking at, you know, what do we need to do to be better. So starting with the information that we put out there, we have an active research team that makes sure that timely and accurate information hits the market in terms of our disclosure practices, how timely they are, how frequently they happen, and again, what kind of information do we put out there. It's all part of the whole ecosystem of, again, being a listed company. Yes, there's that aspect of the disclosure, but how are we supporting the investing public as a broker by helping them to make wise investment decisions, again, through the information that we put out there about the other listed companies also. So we're very busy, but we're excited, and you know, win, lose or draw, we're just happy to be a part of this event as we have been for the last 15 years.
Okay, thank you very much, and all the best tonight.
Thanks, Tamara. Appreciate it.
I'm now joined by Mr. Zachary Harding, Group Chief Executive Officer of the Stocks and Securities Limited, SSL. Tell us, what are some of the best practices that your company has implemented, has been emphasizing?
Sure. So the main thing that we're focusing on is customer service. Obviously, we have no business if we have no customers. So nothing matters what products we have, what other special things we're doing. Doesn't matter unless we can serve our customers in an appropriate way. So a lot of training has gone in to making sure that the team is at a level where they can understand all of the products and services that we have and be able to answer all the questions that our investors and clients will have. So the main focus is just on people.
So just as we're about to wrap up this cocktail hour, I'm joined by Ms. Greta Bogues, and she is one of the committee members of the Jamaica Stock Exchange Best Practices Awards. A pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you very much. Delighted to be here.
Okay, so tell us about the awards process for the corporate governance aspect, because I understand that that's the area that you're in charge of.
Thank you very much. Yes, I actually chair the corporate governance committee for the awards, and it's a very, very, very interesting process because, as you know, this particular process is a volunteer. So we don't actually, or companies, I say, they have to submit applications. and then we go through a process to evaluate what they have submitted. So they have a questionnaire that they need to complete, and then they submit that with a lot of their governance documents. We look also at the annual report, and we also look at the website, because our objective is to ensure that the spirit of corporate governance is being practiced in the organization, and also very important that they're complying with the regulations and legislation as stipulated by the stock exchange rules.
Okay. And my final question, because as we award this evening those who are the top of the top, what advice would you give to those who you feel they need to make some improvements?
Well, I think that we've come a very far way in these best practice awards. And one thing that research has shown actually is that the more we actually have these awards where we recognize peers, the more persons become very interested in being a part of it. And as actually I find the environment very competitive. I find the listed companies very competitive. But one thing I would say to all listed companies, make sure you abide by the rules. The rules are very stated clearly in the rule book. But more importantly, what shareholders, stakeholders are asking for is disclosure and transparency. And therefore, if you can do that, that's the start of the journey to be in the top for the Best Practice Awards.
This wraps up the cocktail segment of the Jamaica Stock Exchange Best Practices Award. But the show has only begun. When we return, we head to the main stage.
Great design is not only how things look, but also how well they work. The GLC, more than meets the eye.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the JSE Best Practices Awards 2018. I am Dr. Terry Carell-Reid. It is a pleasure to serve as your MC for this evening. In about June, I had the pleasure of chairing the 50th Anniversary Awards here at the Jamaica Pegasus. And I had the opportunity of saying that it was quite an honor for a number of reasons. Number one, I transitioned from being a saver to an investor. And I did it because of a very good friend of mine, my broker, Ryan Strawn, who I think is here today. Very handsome gentleman. And he came and he took me out of my wicked ways and he said, Terry, let us make you some money. So I was a conservative investor, and he held my hand and he took me through, and now Ryan sends me WhatsApp messages saying, Terry, send on 500,000, we're gonna buy some stock. I'm to get that money to you, Ryan, good to see you. So I am the first person to actually start investing in my family, but it didn't stop there. My daughter turned 7, March the 1st, and I decided to open up a portfolio for her, and again, Ryan helped me with that, just because I wanted to be something that is generational in terms of financial literacy. But then it was an honor because I remember Bloomberg had stated really early in the year, from January, I think, that the Jamaica Stock Exchange was the best, the world's best performing stock exchange. So in June, I remember saying at the 50th Anniversary Awards that was rich, real rich. Now, in this last quarter, I happened to follow the Jamaica Stock Exchange on Instagram, and if you're not following them, you need to. I think it's one of the coolest accounts you could follow. I'm seeing the Canadian Securities Exchange. I see Marlene Street Forrest and her team. They're in Canada. They're on the New York Stock Exchange. They're ringing the bell over here. They're ringing the bell over there. She's on Bloomberg TV. And I said, but I can't say it's rich. This is what we call opulent. Opulent. Seeing the Jamaican flag flown high at the New York Stock Exchange, I don't know if you saw the images. I couldn't have been prouder. And then most recently, I believe it was the NASDAQ tower that again said, congratulations, JSE. The JSE Go Live is there, and you guys are doing such big things. So again, I am here, I am standing here as a proud investor. I'm standing here as a very proud Jamaican to be your MC for this evening. I recognize this lady as a superstar because that is who she is. She is an absolute leader, and we've had the privilege of seeing her and her team do a tour. She always speaks so highly of the Jamaica Stock Exchange, of our businesses, our brokers, and the entire ecosystem. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the Managing Director of JSE, Mrs. Marlene Street Forrest.
Tonight is priceless. And so it is really an honor and indeed a privilege to welcome you to this, our 15th Best Practices Awards ceremony. We are more excited about this evening than in the prior years, as unlike the others, this year we celebrate a momentous occasion. 15 years of unshakable dedication of all our stakeholders to the vision and purpose of these awards. Traditionally, 15th anniversaries are marked by crystals or watches. These gifts signify that this anniversary means that we have a better understanding of our purpose, and though time has passed, there's every intention that the clock will continue to tick for another 15 years. I'm sure you'll forgive me, though, if I make a slight segue and shine the spotlight on the JSE itself, which is marking its 50th year. I firstly want to give thanks for the enormous international exposure we have received throughout the year. Some of the accolades with which we were showered include being named the best performing exchange for 2018, coinciding with the period under which these awards are adjudged. We were also named top performing exchange in number 5, continuing in 2019, and we will see where the year will end. In Europe, we were bestowed with the honor of the European CEO Awards for the most innovative exchange for 2019. During the year, we were overwhelmed with gratitude, particularly by the fire lit by Jamaica diasporans who have been encouraged to invest in our market. This ignited a real desire by external markets and people everywhere to learn a bit more about Jamaica, not only the Jamaica Stock Exchange, but Jamaica. No doubt that this makes best practices even more critical. The world's financial community must see us as leading the charge for best practices in and good governance of our companies. There is a weight on every company here this evening to ensure that there is best practice in its organization and good governance, because the world is looking. This year, too, there was phenomenal and record attendance, over 2,000 persons at our National Investor Education Week open house, where the focus again was investing in companies. I'm doing a little promotion here as well, because on the regional conference in 2020, our focus again will be on market development and sustainability of companies. Now, as we mark this significant occasion of our 15th JSE Best Practices Awards, we feel sure that we have etched in the minds of our stakeholders that these awards are important and that they are coming from a long time before best practices was a popular thing to work towards and even talk about. We believe that the JSE Best Practices Awards push companies to embrace high standards, and encourage them to apply these standards across their organization. We expect among these things, best practices will improve workplace skills, reduce waste, and foster greater efficiency in the use of technology. As you know, the Jamaica Stock Exchange is big on technology. We have gone to NASDAQ, and next year you will be seeing us reaching out to companies more in terms of utilizing the system. Best practices, however, are ever evolving and so will continue to be relevant, just like these awards. They are meant to light the way and help keep us focused on the important objectives of giving of our best in critical areas of business, which have been so judged and for which we are eagerly anticipating this evening. As we continue to promote the importance of companies upholding the best practices within their organizations, tonight's event is simply a way of saying that we recognize that your companies have been doing it right. Tonight represents an avenue where your colleagues and competitors can share that you are being recognized for your excellence and your quest for perfection. We recognize that emphasis on best practices change, and we must change with them. So, in terms of the JSC and the committees, we must take a closer look at the impact of, and also of the companies, impact of social sectors, and we are asking our companies to look at things like climate change, cybercrime, and issues of diversity in the workplace. As we become more global players, these are key components of the best-in-class companies. We are assured that as our committee prepares for the next 15 years, that we will not be left behind, but we will remain just as relevant as we are when we started 15 years ago. To our listed companies and member dealers, we want to say thanks again for making a market of which we can all be proud as our position, the best performing exchange in the world, to a large extent, is as a result of your work. Your performance allows the exchange to speak confidently on the world stage of your commitment to your organization and these awards. Once again, it is my pleasure to welcome you all to this awards ceremony. We have much to be thankful for. You honor your peers and us with your presence and the support of our efforts, and for this, we are truly thankful. As I close, I want to briefly reflect on the historic moment when we raised the Jamaican flag at the New York Stock Exchange and promoted Jamaica through the Bloomberg Channel earlier this year. We would like you to help us to keep that flag flying. Welcome, everyone.
At this time, I'd like you to kindly direct your attention to the screens as we learn more about the Best Practices Awards.
The Best Practices Awards was established in 2004 to bring an emphasis on what is good practices in organizations. It was also established to ensure that there was a dialogue between the companies and their stakeholders. We also wanted to ensure that we had a dialogue with companies that are listed on the exchange. There are 6 categories of awards. These are Best Practices Awards in corporate disclosure and investor relations, Best Practices in website, annual report, Best Performing Company, and also the coveted award, which is the Governor General's Award. We also have the Best Practices Award in relation to member dealers. It has been an exciting period for the last 15 years because what has happened is that companies are excited in terms of vying with each other for these awards, getting the coveted awards that happen each year. And what we have found is that because of these awards, companies have now continued to do of their best, benchmarking to international standards, and the level of activity and communication has grown over the years. We also have people who are committed to judging these awards. These are independent persons who have given up their time. So we have persons drawn from the universities, we have persons drawn from corporate Jamaica, and also those whose skill sets are best used in the areas in the different categories. The overall objective of the award is to ensure that our companies move from one stage of their operation to another. Best practices will percolate throughout the entire company, ensuring that companies grow and to allow for sustainability. And sustainability is important to growth and development.
We take our first break from our coverage of the Jamaica Stock Exchange Best Practices Awards. This is Business Access TV. Keep watching.
Dodge & Global Marketing Strategy Consulting. Marketing isn't a department, it's a system. Having an integrated and cohesive marketing plan allows each marketing technique to support the others, thereby creating a synergy of branding and growth for your business. Dodge & Global can assist you in making smart decisions with lasting value in regard to the following key decisions. Determine if there is a paying market for your products and services. Craft long-term and short-term marketing goals. Define marketing campaigns. Create marketing strategies. Select powerful marketing techniques to reach your audience. Choose a brand and image that reflects your core message. Design marketing materials. Design internet marketing strategies. Track marketing results to determine the strongest techniques. Because it's so important to create an integrated marketing strategy that will bring in business. Get advice and mentoring from people who are already successful marketing experts. Our team can help you make smarter, more effective decisions. Let's have a conversation. Contact us at email info@dodgen.global. Website https://dodgen.global.
Again, I'm going to ask you to kindly turn your attention to the screens as we hear from Professor Neville Ying, Chairman of the Best Practices Committee.
Ladies and gentlemen, 2018 was a fantastic year for the Jamaica Stock Exchange, and by extension, all listed companies and brokerage houses. At the end of 2018 and on the cusp of 2019, when the Jamaica Stock Exchange celebrates its 50th anniversary, the stock exchange was cited by Bloomberg as the #1 best performing stock exchange in the world. We're all excited and pleased about this result and this ranking because it shows that best practices are paying handsome dividends. Our companies have embraced best practices and as a result are doing well. And when our companies do well, the stock exchange does well. We have seen what profits have done for investor confidence. We now need to give equal focus to the people dimension of sustainable development. We at the Jamaica Stock Exchange have committed to do something about this. We were therefore very pleased in January 2019 when the Prime Minister, the Most Honourable Andrew Holness, launched a bold initiative of the Jamaica Stock Exchange, which is the Jamaica Social Stock Exchange. The Jamaica Stock Exchange is putting to use through this initiative the value proposition that sustainable growth of the social sector is good for business. The projects the Jamaica Stock Exchange as selected to start this new venture are as follows. The Deaf Can Coffee Project. This project focuses on training and employment for the deaf persons. Choose Life International Project, which is seeking to reduce the sharp rise in the incidence of suicides in our society. Jamming Music Studio Project, which focuses on music and the profession of music to create an alternative pathway to crime and violence. Spring Praise Jamaica Project, which seeks to reverse the antisocial behavior of young people and encourage children to start saving early. Alpha School of Music Project, which focuses on redirecting young men through music and spiritual and remedial education. The game plan is to provide these projects with financial and technical assistance to enable them to grow into financially self-sufficient social business enterprises. We invite you to partner with the Jamaica Social Stock Exchange, that together Jamaica can establish a new international benchmark, which is the balancing of social and economic development. Let me return to the Best Practices Awards. Ladies and gentlemen, we have seen marked improvement in all the areas that we have assessed. And we would like to take the opportunity to thank all the companies for the hard work that they have done, and in so doing, embracing international best practices. I want to pause at this point to offer heartiest congratulations to Mrs. Marlene Street Forrest for the important leadership that she has been given to the Jamaica Stock Exchange. The crowning moment for me was when she appeared on Bloomberg TV to speak about the Jamaica Stock Exchange. She represented our country very well, and we are proud of her, and she should take a bow for this. Finally, and very important, I would like to thank members of the Best Practices Awards Committee for their professional, technical, and dedicated services. We are grateful and give profound thanks to the team at the Jamaica Stock Exchange, who remains behind the scene, but whose contributions are invaluable and indispensable in allowing our work to flow smoothly. Please enjoy our celebration of excellent performance this evening.
Now, these are gifts for the committee members. We'd just like to say thank you so very much for your dedicated service. So let us hear it from Miss Greta Bogues, Mrs. Lisa Bell, Dr. Nsombe Jaja, Mrs. Alicia Hussey, Mrs. Marlene Street Forrest, Dr. Janice Simmons Fisher as well. The next person is Miss Roxanne Miller. Let us hear it from Mrs. Antoinette McCain, Miss Andrea Kelly, Miss Gabrielle Grant. These were the ladies on the committee, and we thank the chairman of the Stock Exchange, Mr. Ian McNaughton, for being our presenter. We now welcome Mrs. Marlene Street Forrest, Managing Director of the JSE, to be the presenter or to present the tokens to the gentlemen who served on the committee. Now let us hear it for the man with the very deep voice, Professor Neville Ying. And following Professor Neville Ying is Mr. Errol Anderson. And he'll be followed by Mr. Christopher Povell. Let us say hello to Mr. Ricardo Allen. Let us hear it from Mr. Alvaro Casterly. Thank you for your service, sir. Mr. David Hall, Mr. Nigel Koch, Dr. Andre Horton. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Michael Johnson. Last but not least, Dr. William Lawrence.
If you're just joining us, you would have missed the presentation of awards to committee members, but no need to worry, as you are just in time for the presentation of the Jamaica Stock Exchange Best Practices Awards.
Sundays at 4:30 p.m. It's all about home sweet home. Get your half-hour dose of the business of real estate, from laws and concepts to reality, building, buying, or renting. Or what about trends in decor or renovations? Home Sweet Home will keep you up to date.
You guys are troublemakers on this side. How are we? We're fabulous? Have we had, excuse me? I just threw this thing on. So here's the thing. I take extreme pride in finding an outfit that that aligns with the brand colors of the particular event. So the first dress had the blue and the black, because blue is the Jamaica Stock Exchange color and the black is the wording, Jamaica Stock Exchange. But then I said, you know what? I've never done this before. In fact, I only change my outfits if it's a TV show and it's like a grand finale. So this is actually the very first time I'm doing a wardrobe change, and I'm calling it the Jamaica Stock Exchange. To my co-host, I hope you're ready. So we are getting into the announcement of awards, and it is an honor to welcome my co-host for this evening. Please put your hands together for Mr. Ricardo Allen, CEO of One-on-One and member of the Best Practices Committee. How you doing?
Thank you so much.
It's good to see you.
Dr. Terry Carell Reed.
It's a pleasure. You're looking sharp.
Thank you so much.
Good. All right. So we are getting ready. Best Practices Awards 2018 Member Dealers Award. We will begin by recognizing the member dealers. The member dealers are given awards in several categories. The first category is in revenue generation and market activity. In this category, the JSE will recognize member dealers that, one, during the year, traded the most value on the exchange, and two, participated in JSE's programs. I would like to invite Senator Dr. Andre Horton, Senior Lecturer at UA, to present the first award. And the winner in this category is NCB Capital Markets Limited. Congratulations to NCB Capital Markets Limited.
And our next award goes to Investor Relations Stock Brokerage. This award recognizes the member dealer that consistently exceeds customer expectation by providing excellent customer service. I'd like to invite Mrs. Street Forest just to join us on stage to present this award. Give her a round of applause for me, guys. We'll first announce the second runner-up, JMMB Securities Limited. Congratulations, JMMB. Our first runner-up for this year's Investor Relations Stock Brokerage Award goes to Sagicor Investment Jamaica Limited. To our winner of the Investor Relations Stock Brokerage Award, I'll now invite, am I getting my drum roll? Jane Fund Managers, congratulations.
The next presentation is the JSE Member Dealers Award for Best Website. This award is given to encourage member dealers to raise the quality and efficiency of the dissemination of information to the investing public via the website. To present these awards, I call on former custos of St. Andrew, Mrs. Marigold Harding. Please make her welcome. Second runner-up. Actually, it's a tie. The second runners-up are Sagicor Investment Limited and JMB Securities Limited. We invite Sagicor Investments Limited to collect the award. I see the beautiful Alicia. Congratulations. This is in the category of Best Website. And this is JMB Securities Limited. The beautiful Karen Stimson. Oh, that's a fabulous dress. In the category of Best Website is Victoria Mutual Wealth Management Limited. And the winner for the JSE Member Dealers Award for Best Website is Barita Investments Limited for the second year running. Congratulations for the second year running. Congratulations to the runners-up as well as the winner. Good job. Thank you so very much, Mrs. Harding.
Now on to our next award. Our next category will be awarded for expansion of investors and listed companies base. This award recognizes member dealer that has increased the number of clients in the JCSD and listed the most companies in 2018. To present these awards, I invite Mr. Nigel Coke to join me on stage, chairman of the Member Dealers Committee. Just give him a round of applause while he comes up. So for this category, we have a second runner-up. The second runner-up for the expansion of investors and listed companies base is NCB Cap Market. Congrats, Steve and team. Now on to our winners. And for this category, we have joint winners, right? They did so well, we could not separate them. The winners for the expansion of investors and listed company base are JMB and Sagicor Investment Limited.
Congratulations. The Jamaica Stock Exchange's Member Dealers overall winner is the Chairman's Award. To present this award, we call on the chairman of the Jamaica Stock Exchange, Mr. Ian McNaughton, to present the Chairman's Award for the top member dealer. Please make him welcome. The Chairman's Award for the top member dealer goes to He did it twice because we do have joint winners. Sagicor Investments Jamaica Limited, XTB Capital Market.
Now, we're about to shift gears a bit. We're going to move on to our Best Practices Award for 2018. Now, this award is given to encourage publicly listed companies to produce clearer, more reader-friendly annual reports that provide greater insight into the company's financial affairs, governance practices, and business activities. To present the award for Best Annual Report, I now invite Mr. Casserly to join us on stage. Now, we had some really good annual reports this year. If I can say so myself, being a part of the committee, and I must tell you that these companies that are selected here would have been winners, yes, but it doesn't say the others weren't great. All of them, we got some really good ones. So, you know, we've lifted the standards, and I want to say congratulations just about to everyone, all right? Very good job. Now, our second runner-up for this category goes to Lasco Manufacturing Limited. Now, our first runner-up for this category goes to Lasco Distributors Limited. So we've had Lasco Manufacturing, Lasco Distributors. Any guess who the winners are? Drum roll for me. Caribbean Producers Jamaica's Limited. Now that we've gotten the Junior Market Awards for Best Annual Reports out of the way, let's move on to the main market. Now for this market, we had a joint second runner-up. We have two persons, actually, two companies being represented here. Drum roll. Jamaica Producers Limited and NCB Financial Group. Congratulations. For our winners, for the best annual report among companies listed on the main market, I now present, drum roll, Grace Kennedy Limited. Congratulations, Don and team, on this award.
Congratulations to the awardees so far at the Jamaica Stock Exchange Best Practices Awards ceremony. But stay tuned, more winners to be announced when we return.
Cargo Handlers Limited. So we now enter the main market awards. First runner-up is Salado Foods Jamaica Limited. Congratulations to Salado Foods. This is for the main market awards in the category Best Performing Company, looking at areas of capital efficiency, profitability, and direct return on share holdings. And now it's time to find out who our winner is in the main market. The winner is Carreras Limited.
Now on to our next award. Next up is the Corporate Disclosure and Investor Relations Award. Now this award serves to recognize companies that maintain good investor relations with the wider investing public and make timely and accurate reports and announcements available to the JSE. For this award, we have our second runner-up. The second runner-up for Corporate Disclosure and Investor Relations goes to Paramount Trading Jamaica Limited. The first runner-up for this award goes to Lasco Financial Services Limited. For the Corporate Disclosure and Investor Relations Award goes to Onibun, second year winning. For the main market, we have our second runner-ups going to Grace Kennedy Limited.
Steve,
How you doing?
Terry, I think your dress making me nervous.
Don't blame me. Don't listen. Leave me out of it. Leave me out of it. Congratulations, Grace Kennedy Limited. Ryan, I see you. Ryan Boo, I see you. Back to Steve.
The first runner-up for corporate disclosure and investor relation goes to NCB Financial Group. In the Corporate Disclosure and Investor Relation Awards, JMB Group.
Next presentation, Best Practices Website. This award seeks to encourage listed companies to raise the quality and efficiency of the dissemination of information to the investing public via their website. To present these awards, I call on Professor Neville Ying, Chairman, Best Practices Committee, to present these awards. Second runner-up is Lasco Financial Services Limited. First runner-up, Junior Market, is Caribbean Producers Jamaica Limited, CPJ. Who will be the winner in the Junior Market? And the winner is Lasco Manufacturing Limited. Second runner-up is NCB Financial Group Limited. The first runner-up is Barita Investments Limited. Congratulations. And the winner in the main market subcategory is Mayberry Investments Limited. Congratulations, Mayberry.
Our next award will be for PSOJ JC Corporate Governance. This award seeks to recognize companies that demonstrate and practice outstanding corporate governance. To present these awards, I call on Ms. Greta Bogues, the chairperson of the PSOJ JC Corporate Governance Committee, to present. And the winner for the PSOJ JC Corporate Governance Award goes to Onibon. Now, on to our main market. For the second runner-up, first time being awarded tonight. I wonder who it is. Scotia Group Jamaica Limited. To our first runner-up for Corporate Governance Award, we now invite, drum roll, the Grace Kennedy Limited. Congrats, Grace. And for the winner of the PSOJ JC Corporate Governance Award, we invite the NCB Financial Group.
And now for the moment you have all been waiting for. The Governor General Award for Excellence will be presented by Mrs. Marlene Street Forrest. In the Junior Market category, JSC's Junior Market Best Practices Award overall winner is Lasco Manufacturing Jamaica Limited. JSE's Junior Market Best Practices Award, the Governor General Award for Excellence, the main market. It is a tie between Grace Kennedy Limited and NCB Financial Group Limited. Congratulations to all the nominees, certainly all the awardees, all the winners. Without all of you, the Jamaica Stock Exchange would not be performing so well. So thank you for implementing best practices. Thank you so very much.
Jennifer MacDonald, CEO of the PSOJ. You're watching BATV, serious about business.
Grace Kennedy, we're major winners here tonight. Tell us what these awards are for.
Thank you very much. We won the award for the best annual report, which we are so happy with because we have been working so hard on our annual report to improve it to really world-class standards. So this is actually the first time that we have won the best annual report. And this is the big award here. This is the Governor General's Award, which is for the best company on the stock exchange, which we won jointly with the NCB. The last time we won this award was 2004. So that's 15 years ago. So tonight is a very special occasion, and I'm sure all the Grace Kennedy staff tomorrow are going to be so happy that we have worked so hard and we have been recognized by the Jamaica Stock Exchange.
But that's really amazing. So what did Grace Kennedy do this time to make sure that they copped the top award tonight?
Well, we've just been focusing on great corporate governance. We've been focused on doing well as a company in terms of improving our profitability and revenue. You may have heard that we have set ourselves a target to have revenues of 100 billion by 2022, the first Jamaican company, and I can say to you, we are on track, if not ahead of track. We keep innovating. We want to be a global consumer group. We are in Canada, USA, Europe, UK. So we're just being very focused to our vision and trying to realize that vision by staying and working hard.
Okay, congratulations and keep up the fabulous work.
Thanks a lot, much appreciated.
So I'm here with the Mayberry investment team, and boy, they are smiles all around. Congratulations. Tell us how you feel and what award did you get tonight?
Oh, thank you very much. We're feeling elated. We won for the main market best website for 2018.
Okay, so what did you do to get the best website?
Visit our website, www.mayberryinvestment.com.
All right. Any new developments for 2020?
Yeah, we are really excited in rolling out our new technologies on our new platform that we are currently working assiduously to get first to market with. Okay. So look out for it.
All right, congratulations. Thank you. Catching up with another awardee from tonight's event, and this is of course Barita Investments. Tell us what award you won tonight.
Well, tonight I'm holding here our award for the best member dealer website. We're very proud of this. And what's more amazing is that we've just upgraded our website to be even better. So we'll be back next year.
Here with Honeybun, and they are double awardees tonight. Congratulations. Tell us what the two awards are for.
This is for corporate investor relationship, and this one is for corporate governance.
And what did Honeybun do to come out as the winners in these categories tonight?
We're repeat winners, you know. We won the same awards last year.
So what have you been doing then to keep the success going?
We follow up, just keep on trying to do your best all the time and keep on following up with what we have done. And yeah, they keep coming.
So I'm here with Mr. Carreras, one of the big winners here tonight. Congratulations. Tell us what your award for.
Thank you very much. We won the best performing company in the main market. Yeah.
And what did you do to stand out to be the top winners in that category?
To be honest, I mean, Carreras is accustomed to winning this particular award. Last year we were the second runner-up, and the team said, listen, we need to go and reclaim our award. So what we did, we ensured that we looked at the right things, and we were able to deliver more to the shareholders and deliver some EPS growth, and we were rewarded handsomely for it. So we're back in the winning category, and we really feel good about that.
NCB, one of the big winners here tonight. I see you don't have your award because your team left with it, but tell us about some of the awards that you copped tonight.
Okay, so for NCB Capital Markets, we won an award for market generation, and we were joint overall winners in terms of member broker-dealer. And on the listed company side, we NCB Financial Group won quite a few awards, but they also won the Chairman's Award for Excellence. That's the overall main market award.
And so how do you feel about copying these awards?
Great. We did well last year, and we did well again this year. So it's a very proud feeling.
It has been quite an eventful evening. Congratulations to all the nominees and special congratulations to the winners. This has been Business Access TV's coverage of the Jamaica Stock Exchange Best Practices Awards. I am Tamara McHale signing out for Business Access TV, serious about business.
I'm Arthur Miller, Managing Director at Miller's Furnishing. Miller's Furnishing was started by my dad about 35 years ago. Right, so we grew up in an environment where we saw him create a lot of creative furniture designs, both contemporary and traditional designs. So growing up in that environment, we wanted to find solutions as to how we could enhance the business. Right, so when I entered Edna Manley, we had what you call a final year exhibition that we had to prepare for. So I used that exhibition as a platform to really get our name out there. And as a graphic design student at the time, I used my designing capabilities to really create that visual communication to depict to society what we offered and other ideas that they have that we could really transform into their living room space or their kitchen. In regards to the products, we offer 3 categories, what you would call the Victorian cutting edge, the Queen Anne style, and the modern movements, which is really Queen Anne style, and the Victorian cutting edge style is really traditional style furniture designs. The modern movement now is stepping somewhat into the future where there's a minimalistic style in how we approach furniture design based on what the client wants, because there are a lot of persons now asking for modern types of furniture and not the traditional type, so we're catering to that market as well. Dining tables, living room sets, we have chairs for patio areas. It varies. Cupboard sets, as I said before, based on what the clients want. But we cover a wide variety of designs. We can pretty much create anything the client asks for. We really cater to working class persons that are able to afford the products that we offer. Recently, we have been making plans to really revisit our pricing so that our products may be available to those who really appreciate quality furniture but are not able to buy those products because their purchasing power is very limited. So we are in plans of doing that, because the lower the cost of the furniture design, not necessarily carry it down to a point where we do not benefit, but making it available to the wider society, because what I've seen is that a lot of our resources are really used to supply 1% of society, those who really have the monetary funding to buy products. Our materials are really bought locally. We buy cedar, oak, mahogany, Spanish elm, and it goes back to what the client wants, because sometimes a person will come in and they know from in the beginning what kind of wood they want to be used for their design.
This is a kitchen stool made from the first wood which was introduced. It is so beautiful. It polishes well, as you can see, with a lot of color, brown and beige. This is a table set which is being made from a combination of mahogany and our own local oak.
There are areas in St. Thomas and surrounding areas where we get our lumber from. The hardware persons do have their independent business where they go around, cut down trees and supply us. No capital from investors or from the bank or credit union. It was just as a result of his hard work. Items that he purchased first, he purchased a table saw, then he purchased a jointer, a spray gun, cylinder to get the spraying done, a drill, all the necessary tools to really create a complete piece of item for the client. We've had a lot of hiccups, but I think that the industry that we're in is a very profitable one. We just need to tap into certain strategies, such as what I have started out to do, which is the marketing and creating the brand. As a result of the technology that we have now and the use of the internet, I can tell you this, that since we created the Facebook page, we have had a number of potential clients that are really interested in our furniture designs. Some time ago, we had a lady from, I think it was Barbican. I mean, she doesn't know us from anywhere, but she sent us her money based on what we had to offer. And during the process of creating the shelf that she wanted, we sent her images. So based on the internet, we have been able to maximize our output of furniture designs. As manufacturing, I would say that is an ideal environment. But as it relates to the sales, we want to tap into the Kingston area because we believe that there are more persons that have a level of interest in our designs, you understand, and really appreciate the quality, and they have a lot more spending power to really purchase what we offer. A culture of hard work and dedication and persistence, family orientation. Well, we have 4 individuals working with us. My sister and my mother, sales representative, my father is the head of production, and 4 other gentlemen who work with us. Very skilled individuals in what they do, which really helps to enhance the quality of work that we do. We are fortunate enough to have persons who are really passionate about woodwork and trying to reach somewhere in the industry that they're in. So they are very hardworking, had a passion for woodwork long before what we had here. So we have been very fortunate to have those individuals in our business.
Here I'll introduce to you a bed seat. You can place it at the foot of your bed. Some people call it a bed bench.
My daddy tells you, we work very hard here, from Mondays to Fridays, from 8 in the morning to approximately 6 in the evening. Sometimes we go overtime. And on a typical day, we have 2 dressers or a door to be done. That is somewhat easy for us to accomplish in terms of fitting, sanding, spraying, etc. Miller's Furnishing and being an entrepreneur has really given us more drive, perseverance in what we are doing. Since it's really a family-oriented business and we've grown around the environment, we are really passionate about what we do here. In terms of friendship, I would say that it has somewhat declined in terms of who I had as friends and who I have as friends now, because being in an environment of entrepreneurship, you're trying to get yourself into a circle of those who are like-minded, trying to get themselves further in terms of entrepreneurship. I have a mentor who is an entrepreneur himself, who he has his own business, a part of Branson's Entrepreneurial Center, and he has really been guiding me and molding me in terms of decision-making and the modus operandi which I need to take in terms of getting the business forward.
Your business matters. Business Access TV offers you the most innovative and effective advertising solution for your business, specializing in B2B sales, cost-effective solutions, the customers you want, the repetition you need. No matter the size and nature of your company, your business matters.
Call us at 876-291-6233 or 876-376-4225. Email sales@batvja.com.
it's Novia MacDonald-White, Senior Associate Editor at the Jamaica Observer. And guess what? You are watching Business Access Television.
As an artist, I sometimes sit down and sketch out new ideas. Online, there is a vast amount of ideas that you can get to really superimpose in creating new ideas. Most ideas that we use are already in existence, but as an artist, I have the ability to sit down and sketch out new ideas in terms of our modern designs, which are very minimalistic in approach. But I would say it's really superimposing what others have done and really creating new ideas based on that, turn it around somewhat. Over the years, it has really been word of mouth. And since recently, about 2 years now, building the brand. Since we built the brand, we've started our Instagram page, or Pinterest page, or Facebook page, or Twitter page, and I have our website that is now under construction. So with all of that being done, I expect that our customer base will increase drastically based on the quality products that we offer, because people really and truly want quality furniture designs. They would call me like on a daily basis complaining about the fact that they can't really get quality furniture design, and they realize that they found a company that really opposes the whole idea of really giving customers what they want for the long term. We've had a lot of challenges. At one point in time, we had our spaces, our furniture, my dad would tell you, and it got burnt down. You understand? So we lost pretty much everything in that fire about 6 years ago. But since then, we've made strides in getting the business back on track. You understand? Big strides we've made where that is concerned. Finding a proper space is one of our biggest challenges, because as you can see here, it's pretty small in terms of the demand that you're getting. Based on the quality and the quantity of work that people want, we've had to turn down a lot of those potential work, sadly. But I mean, I've been in talks with persons that are really able to help us where that is concerned in finding a proper space. Most of the owners of these spaces, they're asking for a price that is really out of our reach, whether it's for rent or for lease. You understand? And I think that that really stifles the ecosystem of startups in Jamaica, because a lot of us SMEs have a lot of potential in really boosting the economy, but we're not able to find a proper space. But nonetheless, we are here and we are doing as much as we can to get the business out there.
Here we have the circular table saw, which is a... Go ahead and cut.
I think that in life you will have a lot of failures, but you should not let that stop you from moving forward, because it's really how you take that failure. You understand? Go back to the drawing board. Instead of blaming others and finding excuses, you would question yourself of where did I go wrong? What other avenue can I take to really accomplish that goal? So it's really how you take that failure. You understand? Do you learn from it, or do you stop at where you're at and give up? At Miller's Furnishing, we do not give up. As I said before, one of our biggest challenges is finding a space. But we're not giving up. At some point in time, we will find a space. If it's even looking out of St. Thomas, at some point, that's how serious we are about it.
Small, like chisel, the work cannot be done.
In terms of making mistakes and doing damage control, as my father is production manager, he will go around and make sure that things are done in accordance with how the client would want their piece to be done. He's always in contact with them. They can come in at times. So I would say that we have a minimal amount of mistakes that happen because the clients really come in. We are in constant communication with them. You understand? And as I said before, we have a team that is very capable of doing what we do here. I wouldn't say that we've made any solid strides in securing the longevity of Miller's Furnishing. It's really a process, and in carrying out that process, we are learning and taking out the process in strides. So after we've accomplished one goal, we move on to accomplishing another goal. You understand? So we're not really trying to rush what we are doing, but making sure that we approach things step by step. In terms of marketing the business, I have had friends from JBDC, Jampro. Every time an event comes up, I would be a part of that event. And they've all been a good platform in terms of meeting potential clients, from hoteliers to the regular person who just wants to improve their home environment. But I think that government has been doing a lot for SMEs. It's really how you grasp that opportunity, because I can remember that after my final year exhibition, it was the last day, and they were closing down, and I met Ms. Danielle Wilkins, who is from Ministry of Tourism, and I introduced myself to her as Managing Director of Miller's Furnishing and what I wanted to do in terms of getting our business out there. And she gave me the opportunity, with the help of Miss Caroline Caroline McDonald, to be a part of the first staging of Christmas July, which was last year. From that, we had a lot of leads, which were converted into about 10 customers. So that in itself was a good platform for getting ourselves out there. But in terms of marketing, it's really getting ourselves into every event that the government comes up with to really get our name out there and our brand out there. I'm willing to go as far as possible being a young entrepreneur. I've realized that you have to take risks in life. You understand? You will never know unless you try. And since we've tried, we've made a lot of strides. If we did not try on this business venture, we would not know how far we would have got the business, how far we would have been. Look at us now. We are much better than 5 years ago or 10 years ago, based on the risk that we've taken now. Understand? A lot of persons have been hearing about us, and all of that is because we took a risk. I think you have to be bold, be fearless in what you're doing. First, you have to be dissatisfied with life and how it's going, and then you have to have the vision. With the vision comes the first step. It must be greater than your resistance that you would normally have in going out on a business venture. So the dissatisfaction plays an integral part. Having the vision, willing to take the first move, because without that first move, nothing will happen. And all of those have to be greater than the resistance, because a lot of persons are very fearful of going into business. For what reasons, I don't know, because there's so much potential and opportunity in starting a business for yourself, and it's very self-fulfilling, knowing that you don't really have to work for anybody, you're working for yourself. Nothing is wrong with working hard, but it's much better when you're actually working for yourself. Success for me is achieving your life's goal and getting that satisfaction which comes from actually doing the work and doing that work, and it's generating that monetary fund that can make you live as comfortable as possible, helping others, being able to help others because of that monetary growth in your life, because empowering others will automatically help you to make other people successful. So the key is really to empower others based on that success, which comes through the monetary gain coming from your long-driven passion. Because without that passion, you will not really go far. You have to find that passion. My greatest fear is fear in itself, right? So I don't really pay attention to that. If I have something to be done in regards to our business and what our family has built over the years, I move at it. I am very decisive in taking steps to ensure the growth of our business. We are not driven by fear. Any steps in regards to our business, we are very decisive in taking that step, making that move. Because as I said before, it's the most important thing to do. Being bold, cutting out fear out of your life and taking that step.
This week on Home Sweet Home, we go around Jamaica to visit a few of our most historical homes, each with their own little story. Our first stop, let's find out.
What motivates me most is that I've grown up seeing my dad working hard to build quality furniture designs. And because of that, that is the main thing that has really motivated and given me that drive to help in whatever way I can to make our business as successful as possible. Another thing that motivates me is my mentor, because first you have to get the recipe from your mentor and don't let your ego get between yourself and that recipe. You understand? Because he has done it before and you're now gaining the knowledge, so it's very important for you to listen and move forward in terms of what he's advising you on doing.
Woodwork has experienced a fall off in craftsmanship. We can find only just a few people today who are willing to do good woodwork.
My greatest inspiration has been my father, because one of the most important things in terms of what he has taught me is work ethic. You understand? Working very hard for what you want. So my father has been my greatest inspiration, working hard for what you want, hard. My favorite aspect of being an entrepreneur is the opportunities that come with it, meeting new individuals, you know, gaining new experiences, actually carrying out a step. Sometimes you might fail, but the lesson that you would learn from that failure really helps you. And if you weren't an entrepreneur, if you were just an average individual, you would not have made that drastic failure and learned a life lesson from that situation. So being an entrepreneur is not just about business, it's about life in itself and actually moving beyond your fears and learning from mistakes when they do happen. I attribute my success to my parents, who've helped me over the years to really create the skills that I need, life skills that I need to move forward. Being very determined, not taking no for an answer. You understand? Proper values and standards to live by. It has really helped me in terms of starting our business and helping me to have that drive to move forward. My most satisfying moment in business was last year at the first staging of Christmas in July, where after the event and it was time to really walk around to the booth and everything, we got to meet the ministers, and they were very, very interested and loved the work of Miller's Furnishing, and they came around and sat and everything, and we spoke to them, and there were cameras all over. And knowing that we've been doing this all the years and we didn't really take a step further into getting the business out there and actually doing that, and it garnered so much attention. You understand? I was saying to myself, wow, suppose we had done this years ago, we would have been much further in terms of business and making a name for ourselves. What makes me happy? Well, seeing Miller's Furnishing grow from strength to strength. You understand? Delivering our furniture, right, most importantly. Getting our brand out there, seeing it on the internet, seeing those testimonials where people are very pleased with the work. You understand? Because a lot of hard work is placed into it, and seeing the satisfaction on their faces. My hobbies are reading, watching videos of players in the industry who have already been through this phase of starting a business. I've read about companies such as IKEA, which is you would say a tycoon in terms of furniture industry. IKEA, I've read testimonials about persons who had failures and how they overcame those failures to be where they are right now. And I think that a lot of those failures really match up with some of the failures that we're having right now or had. I like going out to the beaches and doing recreational activities. But since I've been in the sphere of entrepreneurship, it has really changed my pattern of hobbies, really. One of my main hobbies now is talking to persons who have really done it, started their business, and getting as much knowledge from them as possible that is needed to get our business further, because I'm really serious about this. I'm not really interested in working for anybody. I'll work for my business, our business, so that it reaches to the highest level possible. Because we have a very marketable product, and once you have a very marketable product or service, you will achieve the monetary gain or the self-fulfillment that you want from that. In terms of the sacrifices that we have had to make, firstly, my parents investing in their children first, giving them that platform, that groundwork of being educated, because a lot of money could have been invested into the business itself, but they have invested in their children first. So now that they have invested in us, we are now able to really add to what has already been in existence to make it much better. The future plan for Miller's Furnishing is to have a bigger space, about approximately 6,000 square feet. That is very good for what we are trying to do. That is a magnitude of what we want the business to go to. A 6,000 square feet space where we can manufacture as much furniture as possible, employ as much skilled persons as possible, and to have a store in the corporate area to give some real competition to the existing ones in the corporate area. So we want to have a corporate area presence, most importantly. Well, I advise young entrepreneurs to, if they're passionate about what they're doing and they feel within themselves that they can be successful at what they're doing, it is very important to take that first step. Don't be driven by fear. You need to move beyond that fear and take the first step. Even if you fail, you will learn from that mistake, and because you're passionate about what you're doing, you will put the necessary measures in place to not let that failure or mistake happen again. But it's most important, to take that first step.
Accounting services. Providing financial information to our clients in a timely and accurate manner is a commitment that we feel cannot be compromised. Meaningful, well-organized financial records ensure that your business operations will run more effectively on a daily basis. Dodgen Global provides a full range of cost-effective accounting services, including the following: general ledger and financial statement preparation, bookkeeping, monthly, quarterly, annually. Accounting system set up for new businesses. Compilation of financial statements. Audits and reviews. For more information and to discuss your requirements with one of our experts, please contact us today. Email info@dodgen.global. Website https://dodgen.global.
My name is Levon Flynn, and you're watching Business Access TV. Serious about business.
Oh, it's Robert. Hey, Robert. How are you? Thanks for coming.
Not everyone can afford to live in a gated community, but the home is still considered a sanctuary where you should feel safe. On this episode of Home Sweet Home, we provide a young couple with security consultancy for their new home to keep their family safe. Stay tuned.
Well, Robert, thanks for coming by. Nice meeting you. Heard you were the person to talk to where security is concerned.
Unfortunately, yes, that's correct.
Alright, so we just kind of moved in and settled down. As you can see the place, so can you give us a lowdown on what you have to offer?
Well, essentially what I'm going to do is just take a look at everything. I'll tell you what's right. I'll tell you if there's anything I see wrong. Tell you what I think the fixes are. We're going to try and keep it economic. What I essentially do is look at houses, apartments, and determine what their security tweaks need to be and what their vulnerabilities are. And it won't be any different here. And it has to tie into what your daily routine is, so I don't turn your house into a prison.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it is somewhere that you feel safe to be.
Tell us about you and your company.
Oh, well, I'm still learning. I haven't done it for too long, only 42 years. So I'm learning as I go along. Based on the size of your property and what needs to be done, I come in and I look at it and I tell you, does a door open properly? Do you have the correct door? Do you have the correct lock? Are your grills adequate? What I could do to defeat the grills if I wanted to, and how you can fix that. And essentially point out to you what you need to do that when you come into your house, it becomes your castle.
Are there any projects that you've worked on that would give us kind of scope of?
I'm currently the Senior Director in charge of Safety and Security at the University of Technology. And the campus is known as the benchmark for the provision of security to tertiary institutions in CARICOM. Jamaica 50 celebrations, I was responsible for the security coordination of that. And I am the security chairman for the Jamaica Football Federation and a member of the CONCACAF Security Committee. So, like I said, I'm learning.
So Robert, let's do a little tour of the place and you can just point out what you think we need to do in terms of improving security around the place.
Before we even take a step, your grill. When you're doing grills, you need to ensure that the density of the steel is sufficient to withstand any attempt to defeat it. And you can look at how the grill work is done in terms of where the joinings are. Some people will do what is not adequate joinery, but conceal it with putty and paint. The good news is you have good grill and you have two plate guarded locking areas, which means that the grill can't be turned in on itself and you can't immediately reach for it. The locks that you have, that's a very good lock. That's an excellent lock. For two reasons. You can't bust it that easily and you can't lock yourself out because the only way you can lock that is with a key. So you can't just shoot a padlock and then suddenly remember that your key is in your bedroom or in your kitchen.
So is it that we need two for it or
Yes,
one
you
is
do.
sufficient?
You need one at the top, one at the bottom. And your lock sold, that one key will do both. So you don't run into the situation of trying to remember which one of the keys fit which lock.
That sounds good.
And if for any reason you lose one of the keys, change lock. Don't cut a new key.
Just switch locks entirely.
Yes. And if you have a helper who you part company with under acrimonious circumstances, change all your locks.
It's a good idea.
So the helper would have had access.
It's a good idea to just kind of buy spare locks and put aside.
You could. You could. When I came in and you came to open the gate, you had to come out and physically open the gate for me. Arrivals and departures is where most people are vulnerable. So whilst it's an expense, you can look as part of your security plan down the road to put in an automatic gate opener so that you don't have to. And then you put a small intercom system so you don't actually have to come out and be viewed before you vet who is trying to enter your premises.
So you can view first before.
Yes.
Does it use a lot of power now?
No, not that much. And they're not as expensive as most people think they are. They're certainly cheaper than a coffee. You want to take a look?
Sure.
Oh, before you go any further, let me show you this. You have two types of lock here. This obviously doesn't work with a key. It's just when you keep the door shut and you want to open it. This is good. It's a deadbolt lock. It also means that when you are leaving, it uses a key. Again, you can't lock yourself out of the house. Thing is that on the inside, you need to put some form of light grill work so that I am not able to just break this and reach in and defeat the lock.
Would they be able to force through though?
It would be a little difficult once you are anchoring, which is why I tell people that all these locks are lovely,
Yes.
but nothing beats a tower bolt.
Okay.
So a tower bolt on the doors that lock away from where I can easily reach, that locks into the frame, is a good thing to have.
All right.
Okay?
Sounds okay.
After you.
Hey, baby. You like it?
Oh, you have a little one.
Yes.
What's here? Ah, powder room. Uh-oh. No grill. Someone will come in through there because it's hidden and be inside here, and you can't lock this door because even when you lock it, you can't get from the outside. The person from the inside can get in.
Okay.
The first thing you need to do is grill that.
All right, so any special grills?
Once it can be properly affixed without being able to be dislodged easily and allows you access to the locking mechanism of the window, it's good.
All right, sounds good.
Taking the pain out of the audit preparation. Doggin Global now offers audit management services, AMS. With AMS, Doggin Global team manages your external audit process by providing the following. 1. Prepare and review schedules for your external auditors. 2. Prepare responses to your external audit team queries. 3. Assign our team members to locate supporting documents during field work. 4. Draft financial statements in accordance with IFRS to supply to your external auditors. 5. Provide guidance to your internal accounting staff regarding classification and recording of transactions. 6. Review your general ledger for accuracy. 7. Prepare necessary journal entries. 8. Prepare fixed asset register. 9. Prepare accounting and operational manual for effective internal control. 10. Liaise with the company external auditors. We work with your team to achieve timely and effective external audits, resulting in timely completion of your audited financial statement, while your current staff focuses on their daily activities. Contact us, info@doggin.global. Website, doggin.global.
I noticed you say you just moved in, so you haven't got all your furniture in yet.
No, we haven't. We're trying to figure out where we should put them and where to
Well, the
save.
placement is I usually leave it up to the woman. Learn fast. Well, what you have to bear in mind is that the child has to play an important part in what furniture you choose. That the furniture is not something that is easily collapsible and can trap or injure your child. So whatever you buy, whilst you like your aesthetics, the safety of the child has to be brought into bear also. Okay? And this is your window. Usually in older houses, you discover it's nice and ornamental, but like where this does not have support coming across like this at intermittents, I put a scissors jack in here, wind it up, and I'll open it wide enough to get in. The immediate fix is to move the grills to the inside, and you can assess the type of grill and how strong it is, whether you want to use what is on the outside and just bring it inside, or you want to change the entire situation. Okay? And I take it for granted that the rest of the windows have the same problem.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, on the outside.
And through here is your laundromat?
Yes.
Good guess. You have the grill on the inside, which means that your door opens on the outside and it's metal clad, yes?
Yes.
So that's a good.
That's a good point. Only problem I have is that it's a single point of contact with the, which means I can use this as a fulcrum and pull this in. So I personally would prefer if you had 2 points for padlocks so that the grill cannot be manhandled. What I would also do is put in a folding grill here so that it fold against that wall, still give you the space you require. But if someone manages to come in through here, that grill can be utilized as the design for what you put in the powder room. Okay? But if they manage to get in there and you have a grill situation here, they're temporarily locked in that area, which would give you some form of protection. If you go electronic, this is a good place for a motion sensor. So if someone comes in here, you will get a trigger.
So the only thing they could take is dirty laundry.
Yes.
Like for instance, this lighting now, does it have to do with security as well?
If you hear something outside at night, don't turn on the lights. You become like a fishbowl. You're inside, people outside can see you, you can't see out. So it's better, you know your house. So in the darkness, you're at an advantage. People outside can't see you, but you can see outside easily.
So outside lights would be a better option?
Outside lights are a much better option. Place where someone can't reach up and move the bulb. Yeah? Bedroom. One excellent thing. The bed is over here against the wall, facing the window. Sometimes based on space, people find their bed head against a window, which means someone can reach in from the window and do you harm or get you to move. This way, you're against that wall, away from the window, and that if you wake up, you can immediately see what's happening. Yes?
What about the curtains? I was thinking of
Some people have nice flimsy curtains,
Yes.
and they're aesthetically pleasing, but I can stay from outside and see through them. At night, what I would do is you can go between aesthetically pleasing, and then at night you have where you draw the drapes so that one cannot stay outside and see inside. Okay, your walk-in cupboard.
Yep.
This window needs to have a curtain or a drape or shutters so that someone can't stay outside and look in. Also, they can't find themselves defeating. Again, the grill has to be made on the inside.
So it's right over from our neighbors. Do you think they could help us in any instance, anything we can do?
Depends on where you live with your neighbors, and everyone should. But God helps those who help themselves. So take care of yourself first. Just make sure that even if your neighbors decide not to be neighborly, you are in a protection mode.
Now that we see all that's inside and all the issues inside, would we like to go outside?
Oh, I'd love to. After you. Following your wife. This is lovely, except for one thing. I can defeat it at the corner. So the whole of this is nice, but if I really want to come around it, I come around it on the corner. Yeah? This will allow access to the roof. You might also have another thing that is not just a matter of security, but other matters too. Whereas if you have rats, you'll gain access to your roof by running up the tree, running onto the roof, and then all of a sudden you start to hear noises in your roof and you realize that you have rats.
Motion sensors.
Yeah.
So we'd have to move the
What
tree.
you can, or for the time being, get sheet metal and wrap the tree. Rats can do a lot of things, but they can't climb sheet metal.
Okay. And people?
People have the same kind of problems, so although our people will defeat most things. Your gardener is best utilized clearing this. So you'll still have the hedges, but they do not interrupt your view. Same problem with the grills. They need to be on the inside. So the camera system is here. The best thing is that cameras are mounted that they watch each other. So that camera, for instance, will see if I try to mess with this camera. Yeah? And there are systems that allow you to use your smartphone, turn on your cameras at home, and view what's happening. It's an external area, but this lock has to be changed. This lock needs a deadbolt lock. I'll show you why it has a problem. Use a knife like this. And you have used it as a storeroom, obviously. And because you felt that this was okay, you didn't put a padlock on that.
That we need to fix that.
So
Definitely.
I'm in.
Like how we have a lot of locks and a lot of keys. What do you suggest we do?
There are locks that are sold, I think up to about 4 to a pack. That one key can open all of them. And you label your keys properly so that you don't have to be searching for them. What I can do that I've done for other clients is I can do a written report for you and indicate your options, that you can do this now, this has to be done now, or this can wait for a little bit, and the various phases that you can do.
The Good Life, your weekly dose of information on nutrition, wellness, and fitness. Discover ways to nurture your mind, body, and spirit.
I'm Adam Stewart. This is Business Access TV, serious about business.
Thanks again, Mr. Smith, for coming into our home and just kind of giving us the rundown on what we need to do. I guess, is there anything we probably overlooked?
I wouldn't say overlooked. There are options that you can avail yourself of. For instance, you can go solar where your security lights are concerned. It would create something of a consistency if your power goes from JPS. And you'd still have the security lights on the outside. It would definitely reduce your electricity bill. And you could go on a program to solarize totally from that point of view. Your movements should never be, thank you so much, should never be done in a way that's predictable. And it's difficult, especially with the little one going to school.
Yeah.
You leave at a particular time to make sure she gets to school on time. People can watch your movements. If you're going to hire a helper, ensure that you know where the helper is coming from and you properly vet their background, address persons they've worked for before, the whole 9 yards.
To prevent robbery.
To prevent robbery, because sometimes you're busily looking on the outside for someone to break in when it could be someone on the inside breaking out.
So like with burglars now, I guess, is there anything we do that probably attracting them that we probably shouldn't do?
I don't know much about your lifestyle, so it's difficult to say that right now. But if you, as we indicated earlier, if you don't live good with your neighbors just sit down and watch somebody moving stuff out of your house, and when you come home, them tell you, so them think it's moving. But if it's even a pleasant good morning, people tend to look out for you if you act in a manner that makes them feel that you see them as a human being and you care that they exist. If you're going to be away for a while, inform your neighbors that you're not going to be there for a while. Ask them to give an eye out for you. And don't make people make deliveries. Like if you have newspapers that are dropped off, they will pile up if you're not. So you stop those deliveries.
Like the solar thing, is there any other technologies, lighting, grills?
LED lights cut down on power usage, and they tend to look bright, but in certain utilizations, they may not give as much illumination as a security person might find adequate. But it all depends on what you choose. In security, if you pay peanuts, you get monkeys.
So is it a recommendation to have brighter lights outside and dimmer lights for the inside?
Yes. You want someone to feel that they are in an area that they are illuminated. You don't want to feel that they can hide somewhere and you create shadowed areas that they can sit and wait.
And like when we're away, should we leave lights on? Or should we?
Or you can put lights on the, not timers, the sensors, light sensors, so that when it gets dark, they come on. So someone knows, but they're not too certain. If you're not going away for too long, leave on a television set. People, when the television set scene changes, people looking from outside get the impression that someone on the inside is moving. And between that and a radio, they're not too certain whether there's a discussion going on. So you look around and you say, I wonder if they're here, I wonder if they're not. It's difficult once there's some form of noise and movement going on. Let me just quickly run back through what we've gone through so that we have it down pat. The grills that are on the outside of the windows need to be duplicated on the inside or removed to the inside. The padlocks that you have need to be of a sturdy kind, and you have padlocks that can utilize a number of padlocks, but one key will open all of them. That will save you having to stand there and fumble with your keys. Your fence line is adequate, but you need to not just say, I have an adequate fence line and relax. It doesn't work like that. And the shrubbery that grows along it should be neatly trimmed. That doesn't allow people to conceal themselves in it.
Or spiky.
Or be spiky. Yes. You need beams that run down the side of your home that allow people not to be able to get to your windows without setting off some form of alarm. And I would suggest that you put an audible on the roof so that it not only trips it, but it tells the entire neighborhood that someone has tripped it. Your locks, your normal door locks, need to be deadbolt locked, and where possible, they need to open outwards. It's difficult for someone to kick a door in that opens outwards, and all exterior doors should be, where possible, metal clad. You need to ensure that you look at the possibility of a remote control for your gate, because your arrivals and departures is when you're most vulnerable. So if someone doesn't have to be there opening the gate, you do so electronically. Some people like the little bulb on top of the post that tells the world that the gate is about to open. But it means that if I'm hanging around waiting on you and the light starts flashing, you're coming.
All right. But pets.
That again is a personal preference. Dogs are really good. They're worth their weight in gold. If they won't attack the intruder, they'll at least alert you to the fact that one is there. And it would be good that based on the type of space you have, if you have two, so that you can confine one to that side of the house and one to this side of the house. They become territorial.
All right. Just like separate them?
You could, yes, because it means that if I want to mess around with you, I can go to one side of the house and lure the two dogs while my accomplice does what they have to do on the other side. Or like how you have the child, what you might want to do is get a nice little Shih Tzu. Men don't, I don't like small dogs. Small dogs make a lot of noise. And they're very nice with children. And especially a Shih Tzu or a poodle will yap their life away. And a small dog, funnily enough, will run and bite you faster than a big dog will. And if the small dog is in the house, they not only are going to, see, I'm trying to get you a pen. They not only will become a companion for your child, but protect them. And the people from outside can't get to the child or the dog, and the dog will alert you that there's somebody on the outside. And the technology has gotten to the point now where it is not that expensive once you've set up your camera system properly to sit on the net with your smartphone and turn on your camera some extra and see what's happening.
Thank you again, Mr. Smith.
Accounting services. Providing financial information to our clients in a timely and accurate manner is a commitment that we feel cannot be compromised. Meaningful, well-organized financial records ensure that your business operations will run more effectively on a daily basis. Dodgen Global provides a full range of cost-effective accounting services, including the following: general ledger and financial statement preparation, bookkeeping, monthly, quarterly, annually. Accounting system set up for new businesses, compilation of financial statements, audits and reviews. For more information and to discuss your requirements with one of our experts, please contact us today. Email info@dodgen.global. Website https://dodgen.global.
I started out selling out of the trunk of my car.
If everybody think the same way, everybody going in the same line.
Being an entrepreneur takes everything that you've got.
Weekends? What's weekends? We work on a weekend.
There are real opportunities everywhere you look.
But you have to have the passion.
If I do my part well, then everything is okay.
We believed in ourselves and our families believed in us.
Being convinced of this great opportunity, why we are all here doing what we're doing now.
Your business matters. Business Access TV offers you the most innovative and effective advertising solution for your business, specializing in B2B sales, cost-effective solutions, the customers you want, the repetition you need. No matter the size and nature of your company, your business matters.
Call us at 876-291-6233 or 876-376-4225. Email sales@batvja.com.